Meta has been selling Ray-Ban smart glasses to millions of people, marketing them as a cool, futuristic AI assistant that sits on your face and helps you navigate the world. Looks good, feels premium, Ray-Ban branding so you don't even have to look like a tech nerd wearing them. And the whole pitch was, it's just glasses with AI. It's safe. It's the future. And then a joint investigation by two Swedish newspapers dropped and revealed that footage captured by those glasses and shared with Meta is being reviewed by contractors in Kenya who have access to uncensored content, including highly intimate moments that users likely never intended to share. Bathroom visits, people undressing, sexual activity, bank card details, all of it flowing from living rooms and bedrooms in Western countries straight to a building in Nairobi where workers are sitting at computers labeling what they see. One worker said, "I don't think they know because if they knew, they wouldn't be recording." That one sentence should be in a museum. That is the most damning thing anyone has ever said about a consumer tech product in the history of consumer tech products. The person who is literally watching the footage that you generated while walking around your house is sitting there going, they definitely don't know this is happening. That's not a privacy concern. It's a privacy catastrophe wearing a designer frame. And here's what makes this so much bigger than just another tech company privacy scandal, because we've had those before. We've had the data harvesting scandals, the Cambridge Analytica situation, the we sold your information to advertisers conversations. Those were bad. But this is different because this isn't abstract data. This isn't your browsing history getting sold to someone who wants to show you shoe ads. This is a human being in another country watching video footage of your wife walking out of the bathroom. It's not a data point. It's a person in your home that you never invited in. Investigation traces this hidden stream of privacy-sensitive data straight from Western homes to an indistinct hotel in Nairobi, where thousands of data annotators employed by Sama, a major subcontractor to Meta, are tasked with labeling footage to train the AI. And while a lot of what they see is ordinary stuff, flower pots, traffic signs, living rooms, they're also forced to review the human side of the data collection, including private videos where bank cards were visible and texts where users described graphic sexual content. And the working conditions on top of this are their own separate horror story. One worker described the environment perfectly. You understand that it is someone's private life you are looking at, but at the same time, you are just expected to carry out the work. You're not supposed to question it. If you start asking questions, you are gone. So not only are strangers watching footage of your most private moments, the strangers watching it aren't even allowed to tell anyone about it or refuse to watch it without losing their job. The whole operation is running on a foundation of forced silence on both ends. The users don't know it's happening, the workers aren't allowed to say it's happening, and somewhere in the middle, Mark Zuckerberg is selling 7 million pairs of glasses with Ray-Ban branding on them. Now let's talk about the street recording situation because this investigation doesn't exist in a vacuum. There's a whole separate thing happening right now where people are walking around in public using these glasses to record everyone around them without anyone knowing. The report also follows recent outrage surrounding a content creator accused of secretly filming women in Kenya and Ghana using smart glasses. And that's just one documented case. The broader trend of people wearing these things in public or recording their interactions with strangers without disclosing it has been growing steadily, and the social contract around it is completely undefined. Think about what that actually means for your daily life. Walk into a coffee shop, talk to the person at the counter, you sit next to someone on the bus, you have a conversation with a stranger on the street. Any one of those people could be wearing Ray-Ban Meta glasses that look exactly like normal sunglasses, recording the entire interaction, and you would have absolutely no way of knowing. No red light, no obvious camera, just a pair of sunglasses that look like every other pair of sunglasses. The trend of people stopping strangers on the street to film their reactions and post the content online was already a thing before smart glasses existed. You've seen those videos. Someone walks up to a random person, asks them a question or pulls a prank, films a reaction, and posts it. Sometimes the person filmed doesn't know they're being recorded until the video has 1 million views and their face is everywhere. That was already a problem. Smart glasses just made that problem invisible. At least when someone points a phone at you, there's a moment where you can see it happening. With these, you get nothing. The recording is just happening and you are the last person to know. Meta made changes to its privacy policy that kept Meta AI with camera use enabled on your glasses unless you turn off Hey Meta. It also stopped allowing wearers to opt out of storing their voice recordings in the cloud, which means the default setting for these glasses is record and store. You have to actively go in and turn things off. Most people don't know that. Most people who bought these things thought the footage stays on their device unless they explicitly share something. Journalists visited 10 eyewear stores in Sweden to assess how much store employees know about their data practices. In several cases, employees did not know what data the glasses transmit, where the information is sent, whether anything is automatically shared with Meta, or how users' voice and video recordings are processed. The people selling these glasses don't even understand what the glasses do with your data. That's the retail chain for a product that has sold 7 million units. Meta's response to all of this was exactly what you'd expect from a company that has spent 20 years treating privacy concerns like a minor inconvenience. After 2 months, Meta responded with a written statement that did not directly address the questions, instead describing how data moves from the glasses to the user's mobile app and referring to its AI terms of use and privacy policy, which is the corporate equivalent of someone asking you, "Did you eat my food?" You responding with a detailed explanation of how refrigerators work. The UK Information Commissioner's Office is now writing to Meta after their investigation revealed that outsourced workers viewed sensitive and intimate content captured by the glasses. The ICO stated that devices of this nature must put users in control of their data, which is a sentence that should have been said before 7 million of these things got sold, but here we are. Here's what I actually want people to take away from all of this, because it's bigger than just Meta and it's bigger than just these specific glasses. We are at the beginning of a world where recording technology is completely invisible and completely wearable, and the social and legal frameworks for dealing with that are essentially non-existent. Right now, if someone films you without your consent in a public space, in most places, there's very little you can legally do about it. The law was written for a world where cameras were obvious and intentional. It was not written for a world where the camera is indistinguishable from regular eyewear. And the people building and selling this technology are not waiting for those frameworks to catch up. They're selling millions of units right now, collecting the data right now, routing it through contractors in other countries right now. Conversation about what any of that means for ordinary people who just want to walk through a grocery store without being filmed is happening way behind the actual deployment of the product. The consent gap reveals itself in what the contractors themselves observed. They could tell from watching the footage that users had no idea this was happening, because if they knew, they wouldn't be recording. 7 million people walking around with cameras on their faces that they think are just glasses. Millions more people walking past them every day who have no idea they're being filmed. Contractors in another country watching the footage and being told not to ask questions. And the glasses look great. That's the part that gets me. They genuinely look like a normal Ray-Bans. Zuckerberg wears them at tech conferences and they look completely unremarkable. That is the point. The whole value of this product from a surveillance standpoint is exactly how normal it looks. The future showed up and it's watching you brush your teeth, and it's sending the footage to be labeled for an AI training dataset. Just take them off.